Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. So gold could have bottomed here obviously in this fourth wave. I did share with you in previous updates that I'm leaning towards a further upside here on the gold chart. Okay, it takes a break below 2,313 to suggest that we are going to see the lower support region. I would not rely on that. I have to say that as well. I think we could escalate much more directly. This move to the upside, it looks quite choppy, but I want to share with you my thoughts around this structure. I just want to share it could be a high B wave. That's again not what I would rely on, and I would really only believe that if the price breaks below support, which I have to adjust now. Why do I have to adjust it? Because the price made a slightly higher high since the last update. This is a support region that moves with the price. I will explain to you in a minute what's going on here, but most importantly, we are in a bullish market. Ideally, anybody who's been following this channel for the last 2 years or so bought the dips and built like a core position or something. Been focusing on gold for a long time now, and that this is I would say looking back really one of the assets that I covered that I'm more confident on in terms of trend, and it's been playing out obviously now over the last few years. But we have an uptrend that's unfolding. Yeah, it looks a bit corrective to the upside, but my assumption is that this is because a larger degree fourth wave bottomed here in November 22, and this is an ending diagonal to the upside, which could stretch out above $3,000 possibly, but we will have to see. I've got ABC in wave 1, I've got wave 2, I've got this ABC in wave 3. We could now be in the third wave, maybe in the C wave now, so we're going to take a look at that now. Important is that this is a bullish market and that we could really get a very strong escalation to the upside. I'm going to show you a more conservative wave count and scenario and a more directly bullish, let's say, escalation scenario. But we'll see. I mean, I will keep you updated about this. Bear in mind, we could now be in the white count, for example, in the fifth wave of the C wave, and fifth waves tend to extend in the metals. So let's talk about this. First of all, I shared with you already a few weeks ago that this was like the top of a third. I expected a fourth or an A wave pullback. But then the idea was ideally we see a reversal in this zone. I will take that off the chart. It did generate a reversal. We now see a rally here, which looks very choppy. So could be a B wave. I'm going to take the micro count of the chart. We don't need that so much. Basically, what it means, this could still we could still see a dip in wave C of a larger B wave. So in this wave count, the price rallied in an A wave. A, B, C. The thing is, if now the C wave comes down, it might never reach the lower support area because the B wave is so high. It actually did overshoot already. So yeah, I mean, without a break below 2,320, I would not see that as a very reliable scenario. Yeah, just because we are pushing and we are forming higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, we see some overlap here, so it's quite choppy, but still it could also just be further upside continuation more directly, which I'm going to assume until support breaks because we are in a bullish market here on the gold chart. It is possible in the white count, which I'm focusing on primarily, that a fourth wave bottomed here and we're now in the fifth wave to the upside. Please remember what I said. Fifth waves are often the ones that extend in gold and silver charts or on gold and silver charts. I see this move up as possibly an ABC structure because, as I said here, wave 1, probably a 3-wave move. Wave 3 could be 5, so I'm not entirely confident about this. But yeah, I'm looking at this possibly as an ABC. A first deeper pullback will, possibly be an opportunity. But there are different ways of looking at this. So if we get a deep pullback and we hold this area, this is likely an AB with a C wave to come. I see potentially a more directly bullish scenario. So yellow is alternative, right? The white count is sort of what I focus on, but at the same time, I cannot confirm that we've started that B wave pullback. There is a count that I think could play out here, which is more aggressively bullish. In this case, the B wave bottomed already there. So AB, yeah. And we're now forming like another 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, we would move up more directly and we would not see this lower support region again. It's just, you know, these are just sort of some ideas. Bottom line is, this is obviously like more for intraday traders, right? But there's an active setup for that here, right? So if this is the case, so that we had an A wave, which formed a 5-wave move, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave A, and we had a shallow B wave. This is not a very reliable count, but I see it as very possible in this larger bullish bull market for gold, right? In this case, I can give you really a micro support area for that. This is sort of a micro setup. Yeah, really, really micro, but maybe some of you, you know, like to look for entries in these zones. Basically what it means, if we have, or if we find support in this region, then this is likely a directly bullish escalation count, and maybe even something even more bullish. I mean, here, this is a market where I'm saying, unless we break support, there is no top, okay? The nearest support due to this wave count, therefore, is 2,392. But it is unreliable. I would not rely on that. I would prepare for a dip down into this region. I'm not saying it will happen, but be prepared for it from a position size point of view and mental point of view and everything. So 2,368 to 2,320. It's just that this chart leaves a lot of room for interpretation on the micro level. But most important is that I'm looking at it from a very bullish side. The only question is, how deep is the pullback going to be that the market is going to offer? The last support regions did hold. This is a micro support area for a bullish escalation count below 2,392. The other support area here comes into focus below 2,003, between 2,368 and 2,320. Only if this breaks really, then I have to focus on a much larger B wave pullback, which would also be bullish, but would offer, obviously, short term, well, short term it would be bearish, but it would offer better prices for entries for gold. But I don't necessarily see that happen. Yeah. So for me, really, the key support is at 2,320 at the moment. Micro support up here for direct extensions. Obviously, also upside breakout point here at 2,450. That's the April high and the recent May high. And then it should send us obviously way higher. You know, I can see possibly prices 2,600 in the next rally to the upside, 2,700, 800 then going forward. I would not even be surprised if it exceeds that 2,800 next larger degree FIB extension as we, let's say, move forward in this bullish market. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? It means basically here that the break of the first initial micro support, it would not be bearish. It wouldn't change the overall expectation of this chart, okay? There are many support areas now that are relevant. But yeah, all these YouTube videos can do is it's just to suggest some tendencies to you. I'm not covering gold intraday, you know, I'm not covering gold necessarily every day. It is something I do here for free on YouTube. It's not a paid subscription or something that I offer here for gold. So I can really only, you know, it's kind of limited what I can do here, but still, this is sort of my perspective. Hopefully it's been helpful really over the recent months in this, because we've been waiting really for this bullish breakout, and yeah, we are probably in the midst of it. And pay attention to those levels. And then I think the next few months will still be bullish in metals. That's my update about gold. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find a link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.